First of all, are you okay? It feels very strange sitting in front of you out without Fyfie. And I imagine you're feeling a lot like I am. Shaken, troubled, worried for the well-being of all sides going on. I'm full of questions. You, me, and everyone at Force Rush In gave all of our love to someone that means a lot to us. But they got to a point in which he had to step away from Force Rush In. For one evening, as he'll be back next week, as I'm only filling in for tonight. So let's get the show on the road. The Fools are in for a surprise. So before we get them on, let's roll those titles.
Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with you.
So just to clear everything up, Fyfie has not left Force Rush In. I am only filling in for tonight. But we have got a massive show on the road, which you guys will not want to miss. And we have some fools ready who are waiting to come on. But also, we've got a couple of latecomers that will also be joining us for the game a little bit later on. But without further ado, let's introduce a couple of the fools that will be starting off the show. So let's welcome Big Time Ben.
Easy, Rich. How you doing today?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Mate, I'm marvellous today. I'm pretty good. The sun is out. It's been a good day. And can I also offer you congratulations on your new role on this morning, mate? Absolutely fantastic. Buzzing for you.
Mate, I mean, somebody had to take place of that person. But, you know, less said about the better. You know, I'm very privileged to be given the role. But it's one of those ones, you know, and I'll do my absolute best to deliver it daily to everybody around the world. So, you know, thanks so much, mate. It means a lot.
No worries, mate. No worries. Well, you've got some very dark, sinister shoes to fill. So there you go.
And on that note, less said about that, the better. And let's bring on our other fool this evening. I've just noticed that you're both wearing the same shirt. So let's bring Nick on. Nick, welcome to the show.
Hi, Rich. Absolute class, man. I'm wearing, as you said, my white shirt for my inner Holly Willoughby, just to go along with the session. Setty's in the background. We're all ready to go. So I'm okay. I hope you're okay. I hope Ben's okay. And the rest of the fools that seem to be suffering because they're not here. So to all you guys, let's just hope you're all okay and life is good.
I clearly didn't get the memo of the background.
You're coming from us from via satellite, so especially with
via the cellar. Do you know, if I had hair, I'd put talcum powder in it, but
I don't need to do that.
I was going to say, don't need to do that, mate. So, boys, like I say, we've got a couple of bit of business to deal with before we go into the game, and hopefully by that point we'll have the other two fools on because they're a massive part of the game, which you guys still don't know about.
True.
So everybody,
not a clue what's happening tonight. Literally winging it.
Everybody is going to find out at the same time of what the main man Fyfie has got planned for us. Now, I said Fyfie wasn't going to be here tonight. In fact, actually, he will be. But we'll discuss that a little bit later on, as you will find out. But first, boys, let's talk about our pre-season schedule. So keeping it within Swindon Town, our pre-season schedule, we've got a few fixtures lined up. We've got Supermarine, Melksham, Hereford, Bristol City behind closed doors, Eastleigh, and our last home game, our last pre-season game, which is actually at home at the county ground, which is Plymouth Argyle. So obviously we knew about all the away fixtures pretty much before that, But let's talk about Plymouth. Home game just a week before the season starts. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Ben, I'll start with you.
Plymouth Championship club should get a decent crowd, and they'll probably take quite a few up. You'd still like a Premier League club, though, wouldn't you? A proper start, something like that. But I suppose Plymouth would do. It's your bog standard last game of pre-season home game. Let's just hope we've got a side that's equipped to start on League One. League One, got promoted then in League Two this time, because we were nowhere near close to ready 12 months ago. So let's hope we're in better shape this time.
Definitely. And on that note, we do have another fool joining us now. Please welcome Craig onto the pod. How you doing, Craig?
Yeah. Evening, guys. Yeah, evening, Rich. Good to be back. It's been a while, but yeah. Sorry, I'm late. I was out transforming travel, I'm afraid. But I did manage to catch your intro, mate. Very done. I thought you was very brave. I think I can speak on behalf of all of us that we're all really proud of you, and you have our full support, mate.
Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. One thing I just noticed, mate. Are you growing out the beard at all?
No, my head's just upside down. That's all it is. So yeah.
I had to ask, mate. I had to ask.
I am. Yeah. I mean, I'm lazy anyway, which is why I've always kind of had a beard. But I've literally grown attached to it, funnily enough. So yeah, it's going all right. Yeah, I'm the only one. Vicky.
It's going to say, is the missus attached to it? Is Mrs. Craig attached to it yet?
Well, she said, and in her words, she said it's like kissing a brush. So even better reason for me to carry on growing it, I think.
Oh, basil brush, boom, boom.
Basil brush, yeah.
we were just talking, Craig, just before you came on, just before we started today. Ben was just talking about a few midlife crises. He's back in the gym. What else was it, Ben? You were saying?
Oh, I'm on a diet and everything. Yeah. I'm like brown rice and like no ketchup.
Oh,
chicken. No brown rice, and chicken. Plus I've set up the gym now, so like I was on my first. I did the induction yesterday with a personal trainer. First one today, which was proper full on. Back in again tomorrow, and I'm going to sort myself out.
Boys, it seems like we're all getting in shape, in terms of it should be like Fools Rush to the gym soon.
yes.
Steady on, Rich.
yeah.
Carry on gymming with Fools.
But
Nick gets his exercise from lifting his wine glass. That's enough for
that's enough.
You're right though, Rich, because I've started. Sorry, mate.
Is that the midlife crisis then? Is it?
Oh, I had my midlife crisis about 10 years ago, mate. But that's another story. But I mean, I've been running the last couple of months, as you guys know, and everything. I've been running on and off for years, and I did the Swindon half marathon many moons ago. And it's just good to get back in shape. It's good for the mind, obviously good for the body as well. And I always feel better when I am relatively fit. And as Ben might testify, when you get into your 40s and you're out of breath just playing with your kids and stuff, it's not good really. You want to be fit and sort of have a good and sort of go into middle age relative, without having to take breath just for walking up the stairs or something like that. So yeah, but yeah, no, it's good. I'm enjoying it, and it's good because sort of like when people do that, it inspires other people. I was inspired by a guy at work who was running, going to the gym and stuff like that. And it's just giving me the motivation to do it, and and everyone's got their own motivations and all, but it's always a good thing. And I mean, I'm speaking to you, Rich. You're super fit anyway, aren't you, mate? So and you go to the gym, don't you? So
it's true. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it's good. No, brilliant. Yeah, that's what I was just getting at. Really, was in terms of midlife crises. But no, fair dues. No, it's really good though, boys. Really, really good to hear that. we were just talking just before you came on, Craig, about the preseason schedule. So Ben obviously gave his view on it. Nick, just coming to you very quickly. What your view? What's your view on the
well,
lineup?
just before I talk about that, we're on about fitness and midlife crisis. Mine's a late life crisis. I don't know about bloody midlife. Can't even get it out. And I do a bit of exercise. I do 10,000 steps a day with a dog. Bit of aqua aerobics because the knees are knackered. So that keeps me going. But I do supplement it with a few glasses of wine at the weekend. So all is good. You have to keep that going. So yeah, with regard to pre-season, I think it's quite a decent schedule, to be fair. Plymouth will be a good game. I've got tickets from Melksham. I haven't been there before, so I'm going to do that game, which will be a fairish trek from where I live. So hopefully it'll be a worthwhile game and we see some new faces.
It's a nice
yeah, and Plymouth. Yeah, it's probably a good fixture. I mean, I think gone are the days of getting Premiership sides. They're all on pre-season tours, all across the world. So even if you had a Premiership side, it'd be a youth team anyway. So which would be pretty much a waste of time. So yeah, Plymouth, good side. They've got promotion, so they'll want to put a good performance on, and I think it'll be a good test and see where we are for the start of the season. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Craig, what's your view on the Plymouth game?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good sort of warm up for the first game of the season. I think schedule in general looks okay. I don't know how many games we normally play in a pre-season. I'd have liked to have seen us play more, especially against teams that are a bit better than what we've got. I know we've got our obligations, obviously, to teams like Wickham and Swindon Supermarine, and that's absolutely fine. So yeah, maybe one more probably, against an EFL team.
Yeah,
I know we got the behind closed door game against Bristol City as well, but
that's the same day as we've got Hereford as well. So I don't know what sort of it'll be a split team of both, isn't it? So
exactly. So I think maybe one more game against an EFL team, but I haven't got too much too much stock in it to be honest. Like Nick, I'm going to look to get to the Melksham game as well. I don't normally do pre-season games, but I want to see if we've got a load of new players in or even trialists. It'll be quite good to sort of see, like what Woody did last season. I think it was Melksham, wasn't it? And he basically said that that Ronan Darcy looked shit and that Wakelin looked like a player. So I would like to get down to Melksham, but yeah, other than that, I think it's a decent pre-season. It looks like we're doing it better than last season, and the boards and Rob and Clem have said that they're listening to the fans and they're going to learn from last season's lessons. So that looks like that is the case with the pre-season schedule, and
which I'm yet to see, to be fair, yet, Craig. Them listening to the fans, because what we wanted was players in early.
Oh yeah, of course.
It seems as if clubs are already doing the business, and we're just standing there looking pretty, trying to look pretty. Which, like, if we're going by last season's, it certainly wasn't pretty. But I think we're just still hanging in there at the moment, which is a little bit worrying. But like you say, I mean, once we get preseason started, once we get a few trialists maybe in, and the games get going, it'd be interesting. I mean, I'll be going to the Supermarine game because I can't make any of the others apart from Eastleigh, which I'll also be doing. But I can't make any of the others, which is a shame. I think Plymouth is. I think it's a good fixture for us. I think it would be a really, it'd be a good test. It'd be like when we had Cardiff, because we had Cardiff as our home game last season, and that really did show us a lot of our weaknesses going into the first game of the season, and it was something that I don't think we quite built on. So I think it's important that we get a few good. We should be beating the teams that we're playing. So like Supermarine, Melksham, Hereford, and all that kind of stuff. We should be beating all of them. We know that's not how preseason goes, but needs to give me a little bit of confidence going into the first game of the season. And and I think we're waiting to see that. So hopefully,
I got to be honest. I got to be honest with you, Rich. I don't care if we lose all our preseason games. I'm just looking at how we play and everything. I'm not too fussed. If all right, if we lost all of them, that might be a bit concerning. But if we lost like one of the three against not Chatham, against Corsham, Melksham, or Supermarine, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. It's more against obviously teams against Plymouth, Bristol City, which obviously we won't see, and to a certain extent, Hereford and is it Woking the other game?
Oh yeah, Woking. Yeah,
Woking. We've got who are national. Yeah, they're National League, aren't they? So it's I'd be more. I want to see how we play against those teams. Those will be the truer tests than against teams like Melksham and Corsham. So for me, it's not be all and end all.
Sure. Well, I can say we can complete the lineup now, guys. Okay, we have got Woody joining us. So how you doing, Woody?
All right, lads. How we doing?
Woody!
Hi, Woody.
I was seeing my dad for the first time in what seems to be 3 months, which he told me twice whilst I was over there.
Did you not tell him you had an important meeting at full set?
Well, I did say. I said, "Oh, we better go." I didn't say the reason originally. I just went, "Oh, we better go." In a minute. And then it got later on. I went, "We better go because I've got podcast recording tonight." And then they decided to take the piss out of me for pretending I'm famous.
What do you mean pretending? You are famous.
Well, that's what I said. I said 20 years I've been coaching and nobody knows me. I said 2 years on the podcast and I'm like fucking James Milner.
Oh, brilliant. We were just talking about the pre-season schedule, Woody. Obviously, Plymouth was our last game that was confirmed earlier this week. What's your view on the whole lineup?
Well, to be fair, I'm just glad we got it done early more than anything. It's good to have the pre-season friendlies lined up before we head back to training. I mean, friendlies are neither here nor there for me, to be totally honest. I'm actually one of those that doesn't really want Premiership teams come into the county ground and spanking us. I'm quite happy that we finish with Plymouth, who will be a decent side to finish off against, hopefully, as long as Flynn's signing's been made and he knows what his starting 11 is. That's what I'd expect to start against Plymouth. We've got the usuals, haven't we? The Melkshams, the Supermarines, and is it Eastleigh we've got as well again. Hereford we're taking at the same time we play Bristol City, aren't we? So I'm happy with it. For me, same way I do with my coaching. I don't care about results. It's a fitness regime for them really. Obviously, if we lose all our friendlies, then that's probably a bit of a concern because of the mentality. But I think as long as even if it's like close 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins. It's about getting that mentality and getting the momentum, and I'm hoping that come the second, third friendly that we know who our squad is. I'm hoping the third, fourth friendly we won't be having too many of the trialist family running out for us. So
we're going to.
Otherwise, if that does happen, I think that's another failed pre-season. Unfortunately, if you look at the pre-seasons that teams above us did last year, they were playing their starting 11 in their last kind of 2-3 friendlies. So I think we need that. Flynn needs that as well. So, but it's Swindon. So we'll probably be playing a load of trialists the first fight. We'll probably play a load of trialists against Plymouth. This
is the thing, though. I think also with Plymouth, I think we should be known. Really, we should have an idea as to what team should be. What lineup Flynn's going to put out that first game of the season, because I think the season starts the week after the Plymouth game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
First weekend of August.
And I think for me as well, pre-season is almost more about the small clubs. To be fair, it's a good ticket. Yeah. It's a good money earner for Melksham, even for Swindon Supermarine. It's a good money earner for them. And I mean, obviously Craig's of the same view, but my opinion on non-league clubs, I want them to do well. Like us having a friendly at home to Manchester United or something isn't going to isn't going to rake in a load of cash, so it's pointless. We'll get spanked by their under 23s, and we'll make a small amount of cash. So I'd rather go away to a Swindon Supermarine or away to a Melksham at the start of pre-season and play those. And then I think Plymouth's a good one to finish on. I generally think Plymouth is a good one to finish on.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great end to the season last season. Obviously, got promoted and everything like that. So I think they'll be obviously well up for trying to stay in the Championship next season. Maybe more. Maybe their ambitions might be even more. So that'd be good. But I completely agree with you, mate. I think, do you know what? The one non-league ground I love going to is Hungerford, which is a shame that we haven't got them this year. And we didn't actually have them last year. The last year we had them was during the COVID year, or 2021. When Clem took over, when myself, you, Craig, and Joe met up. So that was a great evening. So it's a shame. Yeah, I love that ground, but again, like you say, yeah, we've got plenty of non-league grounds to go to. So Hereford obviously being the new one, so that should be quite good. Just moving on now, guys. We'll move on, and before we get on to the game, obviously none of you still know what's going on in the game, so you're all sort of waiting to find out what that is. But before we do that, there is actually a big game tomorrow, and it would be rude not to sort of preview it very quickly. So we've got the UEFA Champions League preview. So Inter Milan versus Manchester City. Ben, will you be watching, and what do you think will happen in that game?
Yeah, I will be watching on my phone because it's on BT. Yeah, I think going one or two ways, obviously. But with Inter Milan, I think their best route is probably to shithouse their way through. I don't think they can out football City and take one man for man and go toe to them, because they'll just get thrashed. But if they can survive the first half an hour and frustrate them and do what the Italians do best, which is slow the game down, shithouse, and influence the referee and do their thing, then there's no reason why they can't get a 1-0. But if Man City score first half an hour, we could be looking at a 3-4-0 comfortable win. So I think the first goals are important, and I think the first half an hour is vital to Inter, personally.
Definitely. And Nick, is this Man City's to lose? I mean, they're the mega favourites going into this game. You know, obviously they've had an absolute blinding season. They've obviously won the double so far. They want to win the treble. You know, this is theirs, isn't it? Surely, even before a ball is kicked, surely that's theirs.
That's what everybody says, but obviously they're clear favourites. But as we all know, football doesn't always work like that, and when you've seen it time and time again, the only worry is that they're playing an Italian side, and we all know what Italian sides can do. You know, as Ben said, shithouse, frustrate, niggling tackles, influence the referee. You know, all the things that they're good at. But I think that the first goal is absolutely critical. If City get it early, yeah, they can do to them what they did to Real Madrid. And Haaland hasn't scored for a few games, so he's due a couple of goals. So, you know, if he gets on the end of it, you can see them absolutely flying. And I know that there are some people that don't want them to win, but I will always support an English team in Europe. I want them to do it. And then all the debates and all the stuff can go around. Are they better than Man United that won it? Who's the best team? City. You can't compare the two. Different times. Man United were absolute shite in the final, but somehow they won it. So it's not always the best footballing team that wins. And that's probably the worry for Man City. They are by far going to be the best footballing team. But best footballing teams don't always win games. So that would be the only concern. But I think with somebody like Pep, hopefully he's learnt from previous finals where he's tinkered with the team and probably overthought it. If he sticks with the side that won the FA Cup, he ain't going to be far away. So yeah, come on, City. And now I've discovered late in the day that it's live on YouTube, and you don't have to be a BT Sport subscriber.
Oh,
great! I can watch it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's on YouTube. Yeah.
which is cracking.
Oh, is it? I did not know that. Oh,
There you
I
are,
watch it
Ben.
on a big
Watch
TV.
it on YouTube, mate. You're sorted.
Yeah.
Well, as Nick alluded to, obviously some people not wanting City to win. I am one of those people, but Craig, Nick also alluded to the fact about Italian clubs obviously being very persuasive, as we've seen in a couple of these European finals, but it hasn't been all plain sailing and hasn't always gone their way. So, Roma, Italian club, bottling the Europa League. Fiorentina bottling the Europa Conference League. Will Lightning strike a third time, or will they win it?
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. Yeah, a hat trick of Italian losers. That'd be quite summer if Man City could finish that off. I'm pretty much of the same opinion as Nick. I'll always support an English team in Europe. Even if Oxford were in Europe, I'd want them to win it. As simple as that. I mean, my dad's a Leeds United fan, and I remember when Man United first got into Europe, when English teams were allowed back into Europe after the whole hooliganism thing of the mid to late 80s. And when Mark Hughes scored, I think it was the winner against Barcelona, my dad jumped for joy. He went, woohoo, and he's a Leeds United fan, a massive Leeds United fan who hates Man U. But he's of the same thing. I always support an English team in Europe. So and it will also be nice if Man City do the treble, and then that can take the sort of Man United's bragging rights of being the only English team that's won a treble. So that'll be even better. I'm not gonna watch it because I'm working tomorrow. So I hope Man City win, but if they don't, I'm not gonna cry about it.
Yeah, and Woody, is this, if City did win it tomorrow, would this be the greatest team that has won a Champions League final?
No. Oh, I don't know. The word greatest can be misinterpreted, I think, because as Nick said earlier, it's kind of dependent on the times. I mean, as he rightly mentioned, the 1999 Man United team, they were shite in that final. They were dreadful, but that's what good teams do. They can play really crap and still win the game and find a way to win the game. They had Alex Ferguson at the helm, who is, Pep Guardiola has admitted he looks up to Alex Ferguson despite being at Man City. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same as Craig. I don't know. Maybe I'm on the edge of the generational thing, but I seem to find that it's only, with all due respect, Rich, kind of your generation that don't support the English teams don't support the English teams, and I kind of get that because there is a bit of a, I guess there's a lot more international involvement for clubs now, so it probably has more of an impact on your opinions, but. Although I am worried that you're going to get hunted down by some mafia for calling them Inter Milan, because we know they're not called that anymore. But
No, it's Internazionale.
Internazionale.
No, I will be. I plan to watch it tomorrow. Obviously, the weather's meant to be quite decent tomorrow, so it depends what happens. But I do plan to watch it tomorrow. I'll be supporting Man City. We've got English interest in Man City as well, bearing in mind with Grealishes and the Fodens and John Stones and things like that. So it's not like it's not like some teams that will get to the final and not play as an English club and not play a single English player. It's not like that side of it. So and I fucking hate Inter as well. So it's I'm not a big fan of most of the Italian teams, to be fair, because they seem to never, apart from Juventus for a certain style, but they change their style, but then they're corrupt, so they kind of could change their style all they wanted. So it's but I'll be cheering on Man City tomorrow. I want them to win, and I'm a massive Pep Guardiola fan, so I want to do it for him as well. I think he deserves. I think if there's anybody now that deserves to win the treble, although didn't Liverpool claim they won the treble or something because they won the FIFA Club World, whatever it was called.
Yeah,
I mean,
Where
they've
you're competing against Europe and then
Yeah.
the American equivalent, and then you're playing a load of pub teams from Africa or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
So-
No, that's it.
but yeah, I hope they do.
Was that Liverpool whinging? You can't be serious, can you?
No, it's a wine, Nick.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's the wrong. It's the wrong kind of wine.
I might even put a cheeky bet on the game tomorrow just to give it that little bit of an edge for tomorrow's game.
Well, just sticking with the Champions League, obviously, an English club beat an Italian side, obviously, on Wednesday, West Ham. Fantastic result for them, absolutely brilliant. So far, English clubs have got the bragging rights, even though the Italian teams have been in more finals this year, European finals this year. English clubs so far have got the bragging rights over the Italian clubs. So I'm going to go around and do a prediction now. Is England going to be 2-0, or are Italy going to get a result and make it a draw? So, Ben, who's going to win tomorrow? Inter or Man City? And what's the
3-0 Man City? 3-0 Man City. Man City will get the goal in the first half an hour. They'll go 3 up and then by 60 minutes and just see the game out.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be far off that. I would have said 3, but as Ben's already bragged it, I'll say 2-0 to City. Can't see it being any other way, to be fair.
Okay. Craig?
I think it'll be a bit closer. I'm going to go 2-0.
Great. And Woody?
So the record at the moment, I think, for Champions League final is 4-0, isn't it? So I think City are going to win 5-0 and they're going to break the record.
Wow.
Ooh, we're going to absolutely
Get a bet on,
smash
Woody.
it.
Get the bet on.
Go on. What score, Woody? 5, 6, 7?
Yeah, 5. I'll take 5. I'm not stupid.
5.
I'll
12-0.
I think it'll be close. I think it's a tough one. Do you know what? Actually, I'm gonna say City are gonna win. Actually, I am actually. Although I don't want them to win, I just can't see them not winning now. So I'm gonna say City 2-0.
It's hard to put past City.
Yeah, I don't see Inter scoring tomorrow. But I mean, again, they've been obviously planning this game for a while now, so it'll be anybody's game really. I don't think their strikers. I mean, you look at their 2 strikers, obviously Lukaku and Dzeko, compared to Haaland. I mean, nothing really comes anywhere near it. Haaland,
Compare their 2 strikers just to Haaland.
Haaland, 2 strikers. I mean, 2 strikers in their prime, obviously great, Lukaku and Dzeko. But listen, they're way past their prime now. I think it's. I think if City don't win it this year, then I don't know when they're going to win it. So Sean reckons it's going to be 5-0 as well, Woody. So you've got somebody there that's got your back. But yeah, no, enjoy the final tomorrow, boys. Should be a good one. And as Woody said as well, the weather should be really, really nice. So perfect weather, perfect timing for the Champions League final. Right then, boys.
Just before we do the game, Rich, if I could, because I didn't do it on Friday because I didn't know if it was public. I just want to say a massive congratulations and well done to former Swindon women's under-16 keeper Robin Cullen.
Oh yes,
I know a few of her friends and that, and I think her dad's watched this 1 or 2 times. She might actually be on soon as well, but obviously last week she confirmed that she's been offered a contract, an actual 2-year contract, I think, with Chelsea under 18s. So training with the proppers. So it's just a massive well done to her, and good luck for next season. When she's going to be playing in the WSL Academy League. Massive well done.
That's an absolute fantastic achievement and a massive congratulations to Robin. I mean, that is just absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, myself and Woody went to see the actual first team, Chelsea first team, their last game of the season, and we could just see an amazing setup that Chelsea have got there, and obviously to be able to get into the academy of one of the best teams in the world for the women is just absolutely fantastic. So a massive congratulations to Robin. I mean, she learned from the best, obviously, Woody. So you know,
Dave.
but no, absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to Robin, and we look forward to hopefully having her come onto the podcast at some point in the near future. So big congratulations to Robin there, and thank you for that, Woody. Absolutely fantastic. Now then, boys, are you ready?
No.
I said, are you ready?
No.
It's everybody's favorite game except for mine.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Right, here we go.
Defend the indefensible. Yes, you read it right. It is defend the indefensible, absolutely. And I said earlier in the program that we did have a special guest as well. He hasn't fully left us for the evening. He wasn't going to let me do this on my own without him actually giving me a little bit of, looking after. So let's hear it from him now. So here he is.
Apologies, I'm not there with you tonight, gents. By the time you watch this, I will already be a fair few.
What's he doing? Accepting an award?
Deep and out somewhere in Nottingham. But I hope you've had a great week. I hope everyone watching along has also had a great week, and you're looking forward to tonight's episode. Apologies, I kept it in a bit of mystery for you, but I thought it was a bit more fun because tonight we are bringing back something you guys have been waiting for. It is the return of Defend the Indefensible, but this time we are going big, not one, but 4 rounds for each of you. We're doing a round on STFC last season. We're doing a round on generic STFC, generic football, and then we conclude with the ultimate round, the head-to-head round, where each of you will be picking a category. It doesn't even have to be football. It can be absolutely anything, but each of you will be picking a category for someone else on the panel to defend. The rules were simple. You get 60 to 90 seconds each to defend each one. And then whatever you guys have come up with, I'm sure there'll be a discussion at the end. Hope you all have a great night. I'll see you again on Monday. But for now, goodbye.
So
he's basically telling us to prep in 25 seconds.
Yeah. It's Fyfie's usual. He loves dropping us in it.
Yeah,
I thought he was taking an award at first. I thought he was telling us we'd won the EFL award or something.
I sent him a message as soon as I watched that first video. I was like, oh, Jesus, this is literally my worst nightmare. And if I know that this was going to be it, I would not be on tonight. So
that's why he's kept it stum.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's completely dropped me in it as well, and I'm the host. So,
Rich, for those,
I don't even get a free pass for this
because we haven't done Defend the Indefensible. I'll probably it might be best to explain it. You know what it is. It's something that we nicked off of what's it called? Fucking Fighting Talk with Colin Murray on Radio 5. And basically, you're given a subject that you would normally disagree with and wouldn't agree with at all. But not only have you got to agree with it, you've got to explain why in the time frame given. So when we did this earlier, we were just basically, well, it was mainly me that was coming up with them, and I was stitching up. Like Woody, for example, it was a rant against women's football being rubbish and stuff like that, and yeah, loads of things like that. And I think I managed to get Fyfie to turn around and say that he'd rather support Oxford or something like that. It's that's the sort of shithousery of Defend the Indefensible. It's going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah, I've been dreading it since I found out at 8 o'clock this evening. I was just like, Oh no, no, not for me. This, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I say, Fyfie's got some things already laid out for us. So he's already laid out the what we've got to defend. So let's hear back from him now.
So round one is all about Swindon Town last season. And guys, I'm sure you're all going to find this really easy because we were all in such agreement about everything for the season that's just finished. Rich, I would like you to defend the fact that the fans get too much stick when really the county ground, the atmosphere has been buzzing all year and the ground is rocking. Craig, for you, straightforward enough one, and that is that Sandro Di Michele got a very rough ride. And when you think about it, he actually did a very, very good job. Woody, as for you, we know how much you love Jacob Wakefield. So it's only right that you put the record straight and say that once he'd signed his contract, he wasn't really very good. Nick, you did many games home and away, and one in particular kept cropping up. So I'd like you to explain to everyone why the Gillingham game wasn't actually as bad as people say it was. And Ben, there was only ever going to be one for you. Very straightforward. I want you to explain to everyone why they should be putting respect on the name of Scott Lindsay, because you believe that he single-handedly kept us up. Good luck, guys.
Well then, boys. Did we all get that?
Yeah.
Do we all know what we got to defend? So, why do I always get the complicated ones? It's just it feels like riddles to me.
It's just Rich. You just got to do what you really think, but the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I know, but like all he had to say was, "Rich, you just got to defend how the county ground was buzzing last year." I was like, I was just like, don't give me an analogy before that. My head just goes like.
Well, you can go last then, mate, can't you?
I will go last. I will go last. Just a couple of comments coming in.
Oh, that might happen later.
That's where we're going to have a non-football defending defensively, isn't it?
Fyfie will love that one. Fyfie will love that one. Where's Ned when you need him?
Yes.
Where is he?
AC top class up. Right then, who wants to kick off then? So how long are we going to give each other? Should we give each other 30 seconds, or is that too short?
Probably.
Well,
yeah, roughly
by ear, just around that.
Yeah,
between 30 and 60.
Ben will probably go on for about 2-3 minutes. But but obviously
you've got 10 minutes.
Oh God. Oh no. Right. Okay. Who wants to kick off then?
I will.
Go on then, Craig.
Go on.
Sandro Di Michele. Why was he so good?
Sandro.
Yeah, so I mean, Sandro Di Michele. I mean, who wouldn't trust somebody who's called Sandro in the first place? I mean, come on. The stick he got off the fans was totally out of order. It was. I mean, he worked for Sky Bet, for Christ's sake. Obviously, he knew his stuff. He's at a club called Swindon Town. Why wouldn't we just give him everything to do? Make sure that he's got full control over recruitment and the finances. It's not like he's going to mess up putting VAT on top of agents' fees and transfer fees and things like that, is it? So come on, he's good with numbers, isn't he? He used to work for Sky Bet. So yeah, I think it was well out of order. He brought in some quality players that we can sell on for like 10, 20, maybe even £30,000 a pop. So yeah, I am absolutely delighted he came in, and I think it's a travesty of justice that we got rid of him when we did.
Love it, Craig.
I thought you were going to say 20 or 30 pounds.
Million.
Wow, yeah, I probably overdid it then, didn't I? But yeah.
I don't mind it. Well, I'll lead on from Craig. 10k. We ain't getting 10 quid for fucking Jacob Wakeling when we try to sell him on, for fuck's sake. But I tell you, I saw him at Malcolm and I thought he's fucking diabolical. We should have signed Renan Darcy on the spot, not fucking Wakeling. I'll tell you what, yeah, okay, he's played a lot of games. Didn't fucking play against Hartlepool though, did he? Didn't play against fucking Hartlepool, did he? Because he's fucking shite. He signed his contract and then only scored about 3 goals. Little fucker never just runs sideways. He's like a B-Tech Alan fucking O'Brien. That's what Jacob Wakeling is. He's B-Tech Alan O'Brien. He's got no chance. I'll tell you what, he should have gone with Sandro because Sandro obviously likes him well enough to sell him on wherever Sandro's going to be next, Nuneaton Town or whatever they're called. But yeah, I hope we replace him next year. I'll tell you what, Adeloy. Adeloy is the answer to fucking replacing Wakeling, and then we'll be fine.
Wifey's standing up and applauding you, Zach. He agrees every word.
Fuck me. That was heartbreaking, boys. That was heartbreaking.
B-Tech Alan O'Brien. That was brilliant, mate.
B-Tech Alan O'Brien. See, all these clips can be snipped, you see, and sent.
I'm going to tweet him an apology now to say I'm not.
Yes, yeah.
I do love you, really. Jakey Wade.
Oh. Either Ben or Nick.
That's incredibly poor timing, Claire. That is.
Yeah.
Oh,
she must have thought I'm having an episode or something, you know, when she tuned in and I'm praising Sandro Di Michele.
Have we got the real Craig there? It's just Craig with a massive beard now.
That's it. Yeah.
Parallel
Craig in
universe.
disguise. Craig in disguise.
We look like twins, Craig. If we go like side to side on the camera like that, your hair's going that way, my hair's going the other way.
Yeah.
You go the other way.
Ben or Nick, would either of you like to go next or?
Go on then, I'll have a go. Right,
Go on
Scott
then,
Lindsay.
Ben. Scott
Right.
Lindsay, mate.
Scott Lindsay, the man, the myth, the legend, the man that's Swindon through and through. If you could speak to Scott Lindsay, he would say one word: raw. That's Scott Lindsay. He plays a man with passion. He's a man of passion. He demands performances from his team, and he's a tactical genius. He came, he rolled in with his 3-5-2, and he tossed it away after one game because he saw it wasn't working. Even though he prepped the whole season at 3-5-2, one game it lasted. He was absolutely genius to do that, and he master of a draw. You see, he lures teams into false insecurities. We had a really, really, really indifferent start of the season. And it was full of positivity where we were drawing or keeping clean sheets against the mighty Gillingham. You know, all these sort of powerhouses of football. He went there and he got that clean sheet. He got that draw. And then he was pumping his chest throughout to the fans. And he loved it. And do you know what? Even when he doesn't get a result, he's so got this little tear that sheds from his eyes because he knows that the team have let him down. He's not let anyone down because he is super Scott Lindsay. We were lucky to have him. And my God, what the statue of Don Rogers? Let's get Scott Lindsay on the front, roaring, punching his head. That's what we need. The gates of the county ground, just Scott Lindsay at the front, go roar!
Oh,
honestly,
really well done there, Ben.
Okay, brilliant, Ben. That guy's spitting facts. He's spitting
Oh, yeah. Nick, do you want to go, or would you like me to go first?
No, I'll go because it's good timing actually. So, following on from Ben, you know, Scott Lindsay was a masterstroke, and we had Garner ball. But we had Lindsay ball at Gillingham to the nth degree. How to pass the ball, how to keep possession, how not to concede, how to play 65 passes in your own penalty area. What more could you want from a team? All those fans that have travelled all those miles to sit in a shit stand high in the air, out in the open, just to watch defender after defender forgetting, hang on, oh, we got some attacking players. No. We'll keep the ball. And as Ben said, we'll draw the game because 3 draws is a win. And he was absolute master of that. And just what a technician. We saw Lindsay ball to the extreme, that day, and it carried on for the rest of the time he was here. Just a pity he couldn't complete it for the rest of the season. Come on, Lindsay Ball.
Brilliant.
We've got Super Scott Lindsay.
Lindsay. He knows exactly what we need.
And
Waving his crap.
Harassment at the back. Shit in attack.
And just following on from Nick there, obviously the away support. But what about the home support? The home support was absolutely buzzing every game. I mean, we had bloody new food stands outside the county ground, bloody Greek gyros. I mean, the pasties in and before half time. Like, how good were they? Why would you not want to come to the county ground every day, every game to watch Lindsay Ball? Absolutely fantastic. And then when Lindsay went, bloody Morris, I mean, we were absolutely buzzing. It was something we were always waiting for, you know. I mean, after everything that happened with Port Vale, that was absolute crap. But we knew we were coming back this season and we were going to be amazing. And we got nothing. I mean, we only lost one. We didn't lose our home games for at least a few games at the start of the county ground. I mean, what more could you ask for? And the supporters really, really gave what we thought that they would do. Super Scotty Lindsay. He knows exactly what we need.
Well done, Rich.
I didn't realise that Fyfie gave you 3 All Scott Lindsay.
Yeah, this is turned into a Scott Lindsay wankathon, hasn't it? So
Yeah, but he's a ledge.
He's a legend. Scott Lindsay. Someone plaster him in the background. Oh, what a man! What a man!
Oh, brilliant! Right then. Oh, we're ready. I don't know if we should all have a breather after that, because I feel as if we
I'll
need
tell you
one.
what, they all swum well. They all connected well, though. That was quite
yeah,
good.
they did.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Really
God,
good.
you think Fyfie planned it?
yeah.
He didn't do
Yeah,
that on
all
purpose,
emotion.
Nick. He didn't do that.
Really? The master?
Scott Lindsay
Oh,
to the second.
Right then, round 2, boys. Ready? Off we go.
So round 2, we're moving into generic STFC content. And again, I'm sure I've probably been too easy on you guys with these. Rich, I would like you to defend the fact that when you consider stadium, infrastructure, fan base, we are in the league we deserve to be in. As for Craig, we've been in League 2 a little while now, and we've spoken about what it would take to get out of the division. So I would like you to defend your opinion that after relegation, we should have kept Sheridan because he would have got us promoted. Woody, maybe a slightly harder one for you, but I would like you to defend the fact that Blair Sturrock was in fact twice the striker that Charlie Austin has ever been for us. Nick, I know you've enjoyed a couple of these in the past where people have been put on the spot with their favourite players. So I would like you to defend the fact that Don Rogers isn't even in Swindon Town's top 10 attackers of all time, never mind top 10 players. And as for you, Ben, we're going back in history a little bit for your defend on this topic, and that is that the 93 playoff final was not worth it when you consider the embarrassment of the Premier League season. Happy defending, boys.
So, am I the only one that didn't really get a clear one? I mean, league infrastructure, is that what I think why we should be?
Yeah, but the stadium and the fan base should be League 2. It's League 2
Right,
level.
right, okay. I wasn't very clear to me. So
Basically saying we deserve to be
in
where
League
we are.
2. Yeah. Okay. No,
We are Tim Pot League 2 club.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. And everybody else got theirs, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, seeing as Craig started off and I finished last time, let's go back the other way around. So I'll do my defend. Okay. Cool. Yeah. We're a shitty League 2 team with a shitty budget, with a shitty owner, with a shitty CEO.
That's it. Well done, Rich.
Finished. You deserve to be where
Sorry,
you are.
we've thrown you. We shut up.
Mid-table League Two team finished, done.
There you go.
Well done, Rich.
No, Rich. We are tin pot.
That's why he wanted to go first, because he knew it was going to be over quickly.
Yeah. Sweet.
I don't
Go
mind
on,
going
Ben.
next.
Right. Yeah. Go on, Ben.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you were going in reverse. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean it? Right. Okay. What's mine? Oh, mine's 93, isn't it? Right. Okay.
93.
Though it was a wonderful day out and great memories, was it really worth it? 93, because since then it's been nothing but absolute shit. I often wonder in a parallel universe if that penalty had gone the other way and Leicester had gone 4-3 up and then they'd gone and they done it, we wouldn't have gone through the embarrassment of the Premier League and conceding 100 goals and just being everyone's laughing stock. Then we wouldn't have got relegated 2 seasons in a row and got sent down to the country's third tier, the first ever club to ever get relegated from the Premier League and go back into the league, what is now League One. It's humiliating. Have Swindon ever properly recovered from that point? Because back then, before 93, we were an established championship club. We were rubbing shoulders with your Wolverhampton Wanderers, your Derby Counties and your West Broms. We were just about as big as them. They were no better than us. You know, we were giving them as many problems as they give us. And now we're a joke. We're a small, as Rich says, tiny little League Two club because of that sliding doors moment. If that penalty had not gone in and Leicester beaten us, then our whole past, our history might have been completely different. We might have had different owners. The club would have been a lot more better positioned to get promoted. Holland wouldn't have fucked off to Chelsea and left us right in this shit. Coldwood wouldn't have fucked off to Tottenham and left us in this shit. We started with a weaker team in the Premier League than we did in the Championship. We just simply weren't ready. So it wasn't worth it, was it? And now look at us. We're League Two because of that busted penalty. David Ellery, you're a twat.
Nice finish.
Nice
finish.
Ben, that's not defending the indefensible. That's talking quite a lot of sense, actually.
Ben has basically explained why it gets on my nerves when people talk about when we were in the high times of the Premier League. Ben has basically done that description for me.
Sorry, lads. I loved it though. Yeah, sorry, lads.
Fantastic. Nick, go on then, mate.
Okay, right. This is for all the old gits around. Don Rogers never worked, never even got his shorts dirty in a shitty Wembley. Everybody else was absolutely plastered in mud. What was Rogers? Strolled about. I mean, a Don Rogers statue, you're having a laugh. Anton Rogers was a far better player than the Don. I mean, come on. I think you've just got mixed up. You've got your wires crossed. I mean, what a player Anton was. You've never seen such a... I mean, did you see that free kick he scored? I mean, that was absolutely amazing. Don Rogers wouldn't get anywhere near that. I mean, he couldn't even hit a ball. I mean, somebody said he had a left foot and a right foot. Well, I think they're tied together most of the time because he couldn't run. I mean, oh, man. I mean, watching the team in the 70s was so painful. It was like, give it to Trollope for Christ's sake. At least Trollope could do something. Rogers, he was a nightmare. So Anton Rogers, every time above the Don.
Fucking brilliant.
We shut down your gravestone quote. Anton was better than the Dons.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, I do love this game.
Nick, that was outstanding, mate. Absolutely fair play to you, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, try beating that. Go on then. We'll finish with you actually, Craig. Go on then, Woody. Go for yours first.
Wow, Charlie Austin's reunion. Hey, let's talk about reunions. And I'm going to take you back to November 2006, lads, with a family reunion when Mr. Paul Sturrock decided to bring in the shining light that was Blair Sturrock. Now, this guy, never mind Charlie Austin and his fucking falling outs with manager. We're talking Blair Sturrock recovering from a fucking groin injury and then coming in and playing for us. 6 goals Blair Sturrock scored in 50 games. Now, I'll tell you what, Charlie Austin ain't doing that, is he? All right, and let's talk about the importance of those goals. Normally, we're 2-0 up and it'll be brought on in the 91st minute. There is no more important goal than rubbing the fucking salt in the wounds when Blair Sturrock scores in the 92nd minute against you, lads. I'll tell you what. I think there's no comparison. In fact, I'll bring him back now. What is he now? Like 87? I'd bring him back right now. In fact, fuck it. Bring Paul Sturrock back in as well. Paul Sturrock, Blair Sturrock. Let's just have them both again, lads. That is a reunion we've all been waiting for. And whilst we're at it, David Duke, get him in there as well. We'll have David Duke, Blair Sturrock. Just put them two up front. Okay? Fuck Charlie Austin, man. Fucking Charlie Austin. He should. I'll tell you where he needs to go. Back to bloody Kingsbury Rangers or wherever it was he started out. That's where. That's the reunion that we want to see. Him at Kingsbury Rangers in the Hellenic and Wiltshire League or whatever. Yeah. Blair Sturrock is the man. He is the one. If we sign him again next season for a real reunion, okay, we're winning League Two.
Oh, well done there, Woody.
Get the dream team back, Woody.
Oh, yeah.
The Sturrocks.
Oh, God. I'm so. That's brilliant.
Oh, Rich can't cope with this.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. Oh, dear. Go on then. Yeah. Go on then, Craig. Finish us off with round two. Oh, he's gone.
Oh no!
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
He's not having it. He's not having it.
What was
We'll
Craig's
talk
one?
about.
Anyway? What was Craig's one?
I can't remember.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, give him a minute. He will be back. Let's give him a minute.
He'll be back.
He said he'll be back in 5. So I don't know if you want to.
Okay, go on then. We'll come back to.
We can always go back to him. Yeah, we can go back to him. He can do 2.
Come back.
He can do 2 in a row.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right, cool. Right then. Okay, round 3, boys. Off we go.
So we move on to round 3 and the generic football round. Rich, for you, I would like you to defend the fact that after their recent success in the Europa Conference League, West Ham are now undoubtedly and unquestionably the biggest team in London. As for you, Craig, I know you're a stickler for rules and regulations, so I would like you to defend the fact that VAR is a tried, tested and proven success story. Woody, you're going to kick off some of the stuff that we'll be talking about through the rest of the summer as you defend the fact that the Lionesses stand absolutely no chance in the upcoming World Cup because the Euros was just a fluke. Nick, you're a man of experience and know-how and knowledge, so I would like you to defend the fact that the football of today, what the fan is served up, is considerably better than anything that was served up between the 60s and the turn of the millennium. And finally, you, Ben, nice straightforward one for you. Defend the fact that Michael Owen is, in fact, a world-class pundit.
Oh, brilliant. Did anybody take note of Craig's one there, by the way?
Why, I saw it as like, I was trying to write it and then he said my name afterwards, so I was writing mine down when he said it. But his was why VAR is the way. Is it why VAR is the way forward?
Why it's perfect.
No. Why VAR?
Yeah, that was it.
And
he's back. Anyway.
He's back. Sweet.
Yes. Sorry about that, guys. I'd asked my wife. I messaged my wife to bring down my laptop charger because my battery was dying, and she unplugged the router by mistake.
Oh no!
So that's why. And now I've got a load of irate children that are upset because their tablets aren't working. So yeah, it's all
I feel that pain, mate. I'd be the same. That's me every time. Whenever I'm working, my parents take out the Wi-Fi or something like that.
Yeah.
Remember dial-up? You'd be straight down.
Right. So, Craig, we've all got our ones for round 3, but you haven't done your round 2 yet. So, do you want to do your round 2?
Yeah, it was Sheridan, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, God, I miss Shezabor. I do. I mean, it was I think something's got to be said for continuity, isn't there? Continuity is a good thing, and we haven't had continuity for a long time. And if we'd have had that, if he'd have carried on, we'd have bounced straight back up. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. Could you imagine someone like Sheridan with his personality managing personalities like Harry McCurdy? Them two would have got on like a house on fire, wouldn't they? It would have been absolutely brilliant. I reckon Harry McCurdy would have scored 35 plus goals under Sheridan, easy, and we'd have been in the automatics. He's a man motivator. He gets on well with the fans, and yeah, he was absolutely brilliant, criminally underrated. He was in his time at Swindon Town, and he was good. You bring in a lone player, he'd bench him for the rest of the season just to prove a point. That's how good a manager he was, and I think it's a disgrace as well that he's not in management. And if it doesn't work out with Flynn, I think we should give Shezza a call. Absolutely,
Shezza.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Fantastic. Just obviously, so we won't go straight into your round 3 one yet, Craig, but I'm not sure if you probably didn't catch it. So yours is basically, so you've got to defend why VAR is so good.
right. Okay.
So that's
it. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's your round 3. So the other boys have got all theirs. So we will start this time with Nick. Do you want to go first on your one, mate?
Yeah, I can do that. Now, as people know, I've been about a long time watching football, and the football in the team we had in the 70s was absolutely dire rubbish. I mean, it was so bad. We'd have 20,000 people in the county ground watching it. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? Obviously, life was just so simple in those days. There was nothing else to do. I mean, if you imagine if they played the football that we play now, of actually passing the ball from one player to another, and then back to that same player, and then back to the same player again, I mean, we'd be getting, the county ground would be absolutely rammed with people because it's so good. I mean, there would be no clog. I mean, there's no clogging nowadays. I mean, back in the day, if a player went 2 yards forward, he'd have his ankles wrapped, but did anybody get sent off? I mean, the refereeing was terrible. The whole setup was terrible. Now, if a player falls over, it's a red card. Absolutely right. So it should be, because that's the way football is nowadays. It is so much better. The quality is great. And it's shown by the number of people we get through the county ground and how happy every fan was all last season, because it was so good and far better than anything served up in the 70s, because the 70s was rubbish.
Love it. Nice one there, Nick. Absolutely fantastic. I'll go next. Without question, no doubt, West Ham are the best team in London, the best team in Europe right now. There is nobody better than them. Nobody can sing Bowen's on fire. Your defense is terrified. Bowen's on fire. Nobody can sing that. I mean, the best part would be Danny Dyer on the pitch celebrating with Moise, who got sacked by Manchester a few years ago. I bet they feel silly now. They've won the bloody Conference League with Moise. Should have given him more time. That's what you get, Man U fans. Moise, absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. West Ham are number 1. Yeah. Bringing the Conference League back to the Olympic Stadium where it belongs. Nobody can ever say that. No English club can say that they've won the Europa.
True.
That's true. That is true.
True.
Spitting facts.
Spitting.
Go on then, Ben. Are you ready for yours?
Michael Owen. Right. Okay. Michael Owen is so underrated. See, the thing about geniuses is keeping it simple, and you can't get more simple than Michael Owen. So, of course, it's a hand I manage, because he spells it out for you. Like, if you're slightly confused, like he comes out with genius quotes, like, I think the team that scores the most goals may go on to win this game, Jeff. And, it's just Brown making punditry like that. And it's just like, oh, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. Like the players for on goal, I think is a good chance for him to score here. He's through on goal, and I didn't think that, but obviously he does. And kudos to him, and like other things as well that he's done. Like, he's got a fit daughter. She's amazing. Yeah. So Michael Owen is one of the best punditries because he is so simple and he spells it out exactly how it is.
That's a great quote, Ben.
Yeah, really good one there, Ben. Nice one.
Well done, Ben.
Oh, go on then, Woody.
Right. Let's bring ourselves back down to reality, lads, right? England winning the Euros was an absolute fluke. We do not stand a chance in the World Cup. Germany just couldn't hit a barn door in that cup final. That's the reason we won it. That's, they were shite and we weren't as shite. Never mind worrying about fucking USA and other strong teams like France and Spain. We ain't getting out of the group, lads. We got fucking Denmark. Now, we know they like to upset us. We've got fucking China, right? We know that, you can only, if you're born a woman in China, all right, you're either killed or you got to play women's football. And don't even get me started on Haiti, lads, right? Right, we're talking about Haiti. They are fucking class, right? We ain't getting out of the group. We aren't getting out of the group. I mean, you look at the teams that we had to play to get to the route to the final. We beat Austria. We beat Norway. We beat Northern Ireland. We beat Spain. Who the fuck is Spain? Spain don't do anything in football. And who the fuck is Sweden as well, lads? We aren't going anywhere near it. We ain't getting out of the group. Savina is a really overrated manager. The fact that half the country can't even pronounce her name properly says it all. Okay. All right. We've got all of these injuries. I mean, to be fair, Williamson's fucking shit anyway. So I don't know why everybody's getting so wound up about her being missing. But we ain't winning the World Cup, lads. We ain't getting out of the group stage. It's just pointless. I won't even bother watching it. Go watch fucking paint dry or something.
Well done, Woody.
Go on, Harry.
That must have been so hard for you, Woody.
Oh, I love that. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Go on, Craig. Finish us off with round 3.
Okay, VAR. Right. Well, I think that VAR is the best idea since Lee Power convinced Sheridan to stay on after he said he would quit. It's a no-brainer for me. In fact, I don't think that VAR goes far enough. It should be every single decision. Play should be stopped and we should go back to the computer room and decide every single decision, because that way everything will work out fairly in the end. Not about whether it's an obvious mistake or I want the minutiae mistakes sorted out and everything else. In fact, get rid of the referees and the linesmen on the pitch. Just referee it from the computer room where they do the VAR. It will save on money and it will save costs, which means more money for the Premiership teams as well, because obviously they need the more money. And that'll be it. VAR is brilliant. It's going places. It's technology, and I absolutely love it. The entertainment is amazing. When a player scores a goal and he's not too sure whether to celebrate, that tension, oh yes, it's brilliant stuff. It's dramatic. It's Shakespearean. Oh, I love it. I want more of it. In fact, every single goal should be decided by a VAR decision. That'd be brilliant. Can you imagine the tension in the ground? It'd be absolutely amazing. It's done nothing but improve the game for everyone in the ground and everyone who's watching, and more importantly, for everyone who's playing. And I'm sure everyone would agree with me.
Oh,
Brilliant.
I tell you what, boys, every single one so far in all 3 rounds, I don't think anybody's not been able to do it. I think every single one has actually been really, really good. I've surprised myself. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to be absolutely crap at this. So, absolutely fantastic. Well done, boys. So we are now on to the final round now, and Fyfie will explain it for us. So let's go.
You've made it to the final round, and I'm sure you're all warmed up now. You understand the game, and hopefully you've had a bit of a laugh. But now it's all on you as you pick the poison of someone else as we go head to head. Remember, it doesn't have to be Swindon Town related, does not even have to be football related, but you're about to pick a topic for somebody else on the panel that they have to defend. And using a random name generator, I'd like you to go in this order, please. Woody, please pick a topic for Craig. Craig, you will then pick a topic for Rich. Rich, you will then pick a topic for Nick. Nick, you're picking for Ben. and we will conclude with Ben picking for Woody. Enjoy, guys.
I'm actually so glad I got Nick there.
Oh, great.
I'm dreading that I've got Woody. Out of the four of you, I just know that Woody it's going to be a bloody nightmare. But,
Yeah, we're just going to crucify you.
yeah.
So isn't it? Woody's picking for Craig, and then Craig's picking for me, no?
That's right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
picking
that's
your
right.
subjects. Yeah.
Cool.
So we're not picking a subject. We got to make a subject up then, a statement. Then basically.
Yeah. I got to make. Yeah. So
I've got yours, Rich.
I've got Nick's already. Nick's is all right. Yeah. Go on then, Woody. We might as well go in the order that Fyfie's given us. So, So wait, who's picking Woody's subject then?
Ben.
I am.
Ben. All right then, Ben. Ben, have you got anything for Woody?
I've got one for Woody.
Go on then.
The current.
Okay. I thought
WS.
I was doing Craig.
Oh, yeah. Who's going? Is Woody going?
Oh, go on then, Woody. Go for the one for Craig then.
Right.
Okay. Right, Craig.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of our awesome Tory government, you guys have recently gone on strike many times for what is an actual really fair deal, I think. You guys are overpaid. Tell me why you guys should not need to go on strike. You don't need to go on strike. There's just no need. And basically, anybody on the picket line might as well go stand alongside Philip Schofield.
Oh, you bastard. Right. Yeah. Well, I'm afraid to say I do agree, Woody. At the end of the day, what this country needs is a race to the bottom when it comes to wages. Rip them up. Earn as low as possible. Drag it down to nurses level. No, even lower than that. Minimum wage. What the fuck is that? No. People don't want to thrive in this country. We just want people to survive. And it's the same for us as train drivers. We're too greedy. We should lower our wages, our terms and conditions. We should work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 12 hours a day. And that's what we want to do. Get rid of the unions, and then we can do that. And that's what we do. Everyone should be the same. Everyone should be the same, working for as little as possible, as long as possible. No rest, no recreation, anything like that. We need to do that. If you go on strike, I'm sorry, but you should be lined up against the wall and shot.
Oh, Craig, man, that hurt.
Hey, let's hope none of your mates are watching that.
You knew there was going to be a strike one, Craig.
Yeah. It was going. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, no.
Oh God. Right. Go on then, Craig.
Right, so the Republic of Ireland football team should be dissolved and be incorporated into a Great Britain football team.
Do you know what, Craig? I couldn't agree with you more. Why can't we, after 50, 60 bloody goddamn years that it's been, why can't Great Britain and Ireland come together and merge as one? And forget about the island. It's bloody Great Britain. We don't need Ireland in there. We can bring the players in. I mean, probably none of them will get into the damn team anyway, because they're all so shit. But, it's got to happen now. Fuck the war. Fuck everything that's happened with that. Let's do it. Make it happen. And forget all the grudges that the Irish had about bloody Declan Rice pissing off and fucking Jack Grealish. Fucking hell, we're going to be supporting them from now on. What proper geezers they are. Absolutely fantastic. Ireland should be dissolved. They should become one as Great Britain, should be just Great Britain, and none of the players will get into that damn team.
I hope your parents didn't hear that, mate.
Thank you, mate. So it's all right.
Oh, well done, Rich. That was good. Well done, mate.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nick, okay. So you have got to say why red wine is so shit, and that you would rather just drink whiskey for the rest of your days.
Yeah, I don't know what the thing is with red wine. I think it's all these people just trying to be posh when they're scum. I mean, let's face it, they should be drinking whiskey in the gutter where they belong. Keep away from the red wine. You ain't good enough. Only posh people should drink that. You should drink it with your little pinky out and just have a little sip. But no, what you'd be better off doing is get the old bottle of whiskey, get down the high street, 12 o'clock at night, lay in the gutter, glug it away. Nobody will look at you. People will just walk over you because you're the scum. Keep away from red wine. You don't know what you're doing. You ain't good enough for the glass. Keep away from it.
Love it. Well done there, Nick. Nice one.
Well done, Nick.
Nick, go on then. Lay Ben's on us. I think it's the one that we're waiting for the most. Let's go.
Well, there's yours, Ben. Anybody that's on the internet and tweets more than 13 times a day is an absolute moron and a twat and should get a life.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, what a one to finish on, Nick. Well done.
oh, brilliant. Oh, we still got Woody's to come.
Right.
First.
Oh,
Yeah, got Woody's to come.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Social media is basically what it does is attract morons, isn't it? It's people without lives and better things to do with themselves and their lives. Like there's people out there who have notifications set out as soon as they go off, will go immediately type away, or there's trolls out there will immediately go out there and wind people up for the sake of it. These people really should grow up and get a life, really, at the end of the day. You know, there is outdoors, there's plenty to go. Maybe they should go out and play with their kids sometimes. You know, it's sad, it's pathetic. These are grown men doing it. If they're 17, 18, 16, 17, and it's a little bit sad, fair enough. But some of these blokes are 43 years of age. 43 years of age, and you're sat there on your phone checking out that, like, what is it? Torquay have just signed this kid from Rotherham on goal. It's lonesome. It's sad. It's almost it's abuse. It's self-abuse, and it's something. There's some sort of needs to be done to these people to stop them doing it. You should go up and get a life.
Oh,
Well done, Ben.
well done. Well done. Well done.
Drop some truths.
God, these guys, honestly,
Sorry, Ben.
have been absolutely brilliant tonight. Absolutely fantastic.
Ben's
Well done,
class.
guys. Right then, Woody, last one
Right.
of the night. Finish us off. Finish us off
Right.
strong. Go on then, Ben. What's Woody's?
Right. The current setup at STFC Ladies is the model setup and exactly how the clubs, all women football clubs, should be run. And it is the way forward for the women's game.
Fucking hell.
Oh, shit.
Ben. What? Oof.
That is fucking brutal.
I'll tell you what, Ben. There's a reason I left Swindon. That's because I knew I couldn't cut the mustard. I could not cut the mustard of how good that organisation is going to be run. They ruthless is the way forward. Sack the volunteers. Sack the guys that are getting the great results. Okay, let them go off to be Cheltenham Town Reserves manager. Let them go off to be that. All right, because Swindon Town, we are going places. Swindon Town women are going places, Ben. Right. If you look at it, we are tier 4. Okay, right. Fuck your Emma Hayes. Fuck your Sampsons. Fuck all of those. Okay. Fuck Sabrina. We are talking Mike Cook. Mike Cook is the future of women's football. Okay, because he is going to take Swindon straight to that WSL. All right, people are going to look at us. You know why they're laughing at our men's club? Because it's not as good as the women's. That's why people are laughing at the men's club and how it's run. Because they look at it and they go, "Women, what a setup!" Okay, no other team will tell you, all right, to weigh yourselves before pre-season, and that is what's going to bring success, Ben. That is what's going to bring success. Okay. And also, you're just going to see it. You're just going to see it go up and up and up and up and up. I can tell you now, sponsorships are going to come rolling in. Okay, everybody is going to be supporting Swindon Town. Me and Rich, I tell you what, we went to watch Chelsea win the league in front of 6,000. 6,000. That's all Chelsea could get. We're talking fucking Swindon are going to fill Wembley in 5 years' time. Okay, just because it's going to be Swindon versus Man United, and it's going to, and the county ground won't be big enough. And I'll tell you what, it will be the fucking Clem Morfuni, Rob Angus, and Mike Cook effect that would take us there. Okay, we are going to be. They're going to be, and Mandy, whatever her face is, that's running the head of women's football side. Okay, we are going to be fucking sublime. There are going to be small clubs looking up to us. There are going to be big clubs looking up to us. Okay, we are going to be rolling in it. I'm not talking millions. I'm talking tens and tens and tens of thousands of pounds. We're going to be generating each year, Ben. Okay, people will be jealous of Swindon Town Women's Football Club. Just watch this gap, and I'll tell you what, I might even apply to go back there just for the honour of being rejected.
Well done,
Woody.
Well done, Woody.
Absolutely.
Well
Excellent,
done.
boys. Honestly, out of each round, I couldn't. I could not. I couldn't pick a winner out of any round because they were absolutely fantastic. Absolutely nailed it. Every single one of them. I will say though, the highlight for me, I mean, like I say, boys, everyone was so great. But Nick's round 2 was it his round 2? I think it was.
Yeah.
Don Rogers.
Well, my mate
Don Rogers.
Anton.
Yeah,
Anton.
yeah.
The fact that you managed to come up with Anton so quickly as well,
Yeah.
I would never have thought that. That was class.
Yeah, done well.
B-Tech Alan O'Brien was good as well, though.
That's
Yeah.
cracking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, boys. Well, boys, I mean, thank you so much for tonight. We've got one more message here.
Probably not much.
Nobody gave it to nobody gave it to Ben anyway. Oh dear. Oh.
I think that's one that Fyfie might have filtered out, Rich.
Yeah, probably. No,
To be fair, I'm not going to be alive tomorrow morning after some of the things I've said tonight. So I wouldn't worry.
Yeah, sorry, Woody.
It's all a joke. I've been watching Matt Rife all day. All right.
Oh well, we wonder where the comedies come tonight then. No, honestly, boys, thank you so much. Obviously, I've obviously filled in for Fyfie. Like I said, it was only for tonight. Fyfie will be back as usual on Monday. But I thank you all so much for tonight. Absolutely brilliant game of Defend the Indefensible. And, we will let everyone go to bed a little bit nice and early tonight. As we've managed to do this within 90 minutes, guys. So absolutely. So it's an early one for our fans, but also an early one for the Fools. So absolutely happy day.
I feel we should have a disclaimer as well, Rich, for anybody who's watched tonight's episode, that these aren't the thoughts and opinions of Fools Rush In or anybody in STFC.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Or anyone.
Yeah, but you say that, Woody.
These are also aren't the thoughts of a train driver who's recently been going on strike. Okay, let's get that clear as well. Yeah.
Are you sure that Nick doesn't like red wine? I'm pretty sure Nick doesn't like red wine.
No, Nick doesn't.
No, he hates the stuff.
I don't like it. I have to get rid of it so quick.
Yeah.
Yes, pour it down the sink.
Yeah.
You were too kind to him, Rich.
It's
Well done,
really.
well done for presenting tonight, Rich, as well.
Well done, Rich.
So, mate.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I mean, like I say, I'm waiting for the contract from Fyfie now for my pay rise. So I should be on probably Craig and Woody's level now, seeing as they've presented more shows than me. But I think I've matched everyone now. So that should be me on the same pay level as you guys now. So fingers crossed.
It's all right, Rich, because we ain't getting asked to gig again when people watch this episode back. It's a bit bad.
Yeah.
Mate, we'll take our P45. We'll take the redundancy money, mate. Honestly, we'll have to. But from everyone here at Fools Rush In, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a stellar weekend. Okay, see you again.
Bye now.
Take my hands, take my whole